everyone. Um, Today I'm going to talk a little bit about more about goal setting. And there were two things that I wanted to talk about this week. One of them is the reason you're actually trying to accomplish a goal. What is your why? What is the reason behind you're doing whatever it is that you're doing? A lot of times we have a tendency to pick a why for setting a goal, and the why isn't a good enough reason to get us to actually be dedicated enough to follow through on a goal. So, um, one of the things I'll talk about is me personally. One of the things I've done that I'm most proud of in my life is I quit drinking. I quit drinking 18 years ago, and my why for quitting drinking was that I was an alcoholic. I recognized that I was an alcoholic and that I had a problem and that I needed to make a change. And um, a lot of times, if you pick a why that isn't something that you can actually achieve, or something that you'll easily give into, say, peer pressure, it won't make it easy for you to be able to commit to accomplishing the goal. So when I quit drinking, my entire life revolved around my next drink. I would go to work, and all day long I would think about, like, okay, I'm going to get out of work at this time. When I get out of work, I'm going to stop at the store. I have this much money. I'm going to go and I'm going to buy this, and I'm going to go home, or I'm going to go to the bar and I'm going to meet so and so. And my entire life revolved around alcohol. All of my friends drank, and every day of the week, there was a different bar that I could go to that offered different drink specials. I had my different barfly girlfriends that I would hang out with a lot, and I thought that these people were my friends. And when I quit drinking, I decided that I still wanted to hang out with them. So, okay, I'll go to the bar with you, but now I'll be the designated driver. And I'm the type of person that if I make a commitment, like I'm going to be the designated driver, I'm going to keep that commitment. So I really wouldn't be tempted to drink, just because that's kind of my makeup. Not everybody's like that. A lot of people are really easy to succumb to peer pressure. So if you're trying to quit something like smoking or drinking, hanging around people who are smoking or drinking, it's really not going to help you, because you're going to be severely tempted to try and smoke or drink. So I started hanging out with all these people, and the difference is now I was sober. And being a sober person and the only sober person in a bar or at a party is honestly, it's really not a lot of fun. You realize that you do a lot of stupid stuff when you're drinking. You say a lot of stupid stuff, you act really poorly. And I decided that I really just didn't want to do that anymore. So I started not going to the bar anymore and just started kind of distancing myself from some of the people who, or I shouldn't say I started distancing myself from them. They actually started distancing themselves from me because they didn't want to hang around with me, because I didn't want to go to the bar. I didn't want to be at the parties where everybody was getting wasted, and it just wasn't a lot of fun. So all the people who I thought were my friends ended up not really being my friends, but I found out through the whole process who my true friends are. But in the end, I continued to understand that my why, the reason why I decided to quit drinking, was because I wanted to create a better life for myself. I wanted to be a better person. I wanted to be a different person. And I knew the only way that I could do that and do it effectively was to not drink. So I quit, and it wasn't easy. I lost a lot of friends. Um, there's even a lot of family members that I don't really talk to anymore, because I don't really want to be around them because all they do is drink, and it's just not a lot of fun for me. I would prefer to spend my time with people who will have a meaningful conversation with me and then remember it the next day. So that was like one of the biggest things that I've ever done in my life was, stopping drinking. But my why kept me from drinking. My why is what made me shift gears and rethink the people that I was hanging out with, the situations that I was putting myself in, the places that I was going to. So your why and the reason why you're trying to accomplish whatever goal it is that you're trying to accomplish is going to be what determines if you actually accomplish the goal or not. Now, if you're trying to do a why because, like, I'm trying to lose 20 pounds because I want to be bikini ready for the spring or whatever, unless you are absolutely determined to, be bikini ready by the spring, it's really not going to help you. Your why, you're focusing on something that I think is completely outside of the realm of possibility. And I'm not saying that being bikini ready by springtime isn't a possibility, but you're focusing on the wrong thing. You're focusing on, being bikini ready. You're not focusing on what being bikini ready will do for you, how it will make you feel. So if you shift from being bikini ready by spring to just feeling healthier, feeling better, being able to, whatever, go for a run without having to stop and catch your breath, being able to walk up a flight of stairs without having to stop and catch your breath. Thinking about that as opposed to, how I'm going to look in this bikini is a far better way to help you reach your goals than just saying, I want to be bikini ready by the springtime. Another really good thing that I want to talk about to help you reach your goals is, and this is what I do these every year. Vision boards. This is my vision board for this year. So you can see a lot of what I have on here. So to do a vision board, you just go and you get yourself a nice big piece of poster board and you get yourself some magazines. And before you start creating your vision board, you need to stop and think about what it is you're trying to achieve. Not only what are you trying to achieve, but how is whatever you're going to try to achieve going to make you feel? Like, how is having this going to make you feel? Is it going to make you feel good, or are you just focusing on the wrong thing? So once you figure out how you're trying to feel, then you can go through your magazines and you can find pictures that are kind of like the physical embodiment of what you're trying to do. So this is actually my vision board for this year. And, you can see that there's some things on there, meditation. I meditate every day, but I'm trying to do it 2 times a day. I do it now in the morning and I'm trying to incorporate it in the evening. That's a habit that I'm trying to establish, but words, beautiful, living in the flow. We don't need a map to find ourselves. Uplifted. Winged wonders. One of my passions is pollinator habitats. I love educating people about the benefits of building and maintaining pollinator habitats. I'm an advanced master gardener. I love, love, love gardening. Love plants. So you see on here I've got monarch butterflies. And I've got lots of plants and, some gardens and a greenhouse, another butterfly, lots of flowers, hummingbird. And so I tried to pick pictures and words that were just trying to, help me to remember what it is that I'm working towards, what it is that I'm working for, the feelings that I'm trying to get in my life. And I put this where I can see it every single day because it's a visual reminder every single day of what it is that I'm trying to work towards. So the fun thing about vision boards is, if you put it someplace where you can see it every day, again, you get the constant reminder. So we have this amazing system in our brain called the reticular activating system. And the way the reticular activating system works is you tell your brain you're bombarded with 60,000 messages a day, 60,000 messages a day, whether it's from, print media, television, your phone, advertisements. Everywhere you look, there's advertisements. You see so much stuff that your brain literally cannot process everything. So some of it is literally like in one eye and out the other. So it's kind of like when you're hearing something, but you're not really hearing it, it's in one ear and out the other. So what the reticular activating system does is it's like a program that you can tell your brain, like, this is something, I'll grab it again. So sailing, my husband and I just started sailing. So I put, a sailboat here and sailboat there, and we're working towards buying a sailboat. And so, you put that on there and you tell your brain, okay, now sailboats are things that I now want to pay attention to. And so it's kind of funny and kind of creepy in a weird sort of way when you talk about something and then all of a sudden you start seeing advertisements for it. And you're like, oh my God, I was just talking about that. The interesting thing is it was always there, but your brain said it wasn't important. So it didn't make you aware of what was there. It just skipped over it. And so it's like you open a newspaper and you're like, oh my God, there's an article about what I was just talking about, because you've told your brain this is something important that I want to pay attention to. So now it's actively searching for things to help you to reach your goal faster. So that's how the reticular activating system works. So the easiest way I can explain it is when you start driving a new car, you don't realize how many of that car are on the road until you start driving it. So then you start driving this car, so your brain now knows, okay, this is something that's important that I need to pay attention to. So now you're going to see that car everywhere. So that's how the reticular activating system works. So when you have these visual reminders every day that you're looking at, your brain's like, oh yeah, that's right, I need to look for these things. So it's going to be actively searching for ways to bring to your awareness different ways that you can get to your goal faster, whether it's, a diet plan or a gym that's offering, free memberships or free yoga classes or, classes on learning how to do this and, all different kinds of things. Another really cool thing about having a vision board and having it where you can see it every day, have it where other people can see it. So one of the things that will really help you to reach your goal faster is to have other people help you. So people want to help, but they don't know how. And they can't help you to reach your goals if they don't know what your goals are. And 9 times out of 10, we don't share our goals with anybody. We just keep everything that we're doing to ourselves, and we think that we don't want to bother people or nobody's really interested. But again, people really want to help. And maybe, you tell me you want to do something and I can't help you, but you know what? I know someone who can, or I know someone who knows someone. So when I'm publishing a book, when I first started writing my book, I didn't know the first thing about writing a book. I didn't know about writing a book, editing a book, copywriting, content writing, editing, publishing, none of it. But I started telling people, oh yeah, and this is just kind of like off the cuff, oh yeah, I'm writing a book. Oh, hey, I know someone who wrote a book, you should talk to them. Oh, hey, I know someone who works for a publisher, you should talk to them. Oh, hey, I know an editor, you should talk to them. Oh, hey, I just happened to talk to somebody yesterday who did exactly what you're doing, and maybe you should talk to them. So it's really interesting how when you share your goals with other people, they really truly want to help you achieve your goals. So you'll actually get to where you're going faster because you'll have other people working for you. So whatever it is that you're trying to do, again, figure out what your why is. And if your why is something that you're doing for you or for somebody else, if you're doing it for somebody else, you'll never achieve your goal. It just won't happen. Or you might get there, but then you're going to go back. You're going to just end up right back where you were before because your heart's really not in it. It's not truly for you. So you need to make sure that what you're doing for yourself. And you understand the true reason why you're doing it and that you really want to get to where you say you're going. Because if you say I want to be bikini ready, your head says I want to be bikini ready, but your heart says you really don't want to go there. You're going to have conflict and you're really going to have a hard time getting there. So figuring out your why will help you to get there, and then create a vision board. Cut out pictures from magazines. All the magazines I use, I get for free off of Free Cycle. Go on Facebook Marketplace and say that you're looking for them. I go to doctors' offices. They're always throwing those things away. You can get tons and tons of magazines for free, so you don't have to pay for anything. Use either double-sided sticky tape or paste. Do not use glue sticks because the glue dries and then the pictures fall off and then it's not really fun because then you gotta try and figure out how to put it back together. Paste works really well. It's not cheap, but if you do these every year like I do, it lasts a long time. So you can buy it on Amazon and just spend some time, get together with your girlfriends, get together with some friends and have a vision board party. That's one of the things that I do. You can go on my website, you can download information. I host vision board workshops, and I take everybody through exercises to help them really figure out what their goals are, and then help them, figure out how to find pictures that will help them achieve their goals. So, I found it to be very, very helpful in helping me to remember every single day what it is I'm doing and why I'm doing it. So, those are two really great ways that you can work towards actually achieving your goals. And I think that's going to be the last on goal setting that I'm going to be doing. Next week, I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to start talking about living with intention and living a life of purpose, which I guess kind of goes hand in hand with goal setting, but not really. And I'm also going to do something a little different. So next month, I have 2 interviews scheduled. It'll be really, really awesome. I'll do a pin post to let you guys know the dates and times for all of the Facebook Lives for February. And I would really like to have you guys, spend some time watching these interviews because I have a feeling that, what both of the ladies that I'm going to be interviewing, what they have to say is going to, resonate with somebody, and it's really going to help you to, really shift your awareness, to elevate your awareness, and to help you to be a better person, because that's really, all I want is I want people to live their best life possible. And the only way you can do that is through active change and, working every day to be the best version of yourself you can be possible. And, listening to other people, listening to how people have made changes in their life and some of the struggles that they've been through. What works for me doesn't work for you, but what works for somebody else might. I don't really know. All I can do is talk and hope that, something sinks in and that maybe, something I do will, or say will really have a lasting effect on you and really, really help you out. So that's all I have for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the talk and that, you guys are well on your way to reaching your goals and living your best life possible.